holidays are here and ooh, it's chilly. What do we need? We need a sweater nail to keep us warm. Greg's gonna show you exactly how to create this unbelievable sweater design right now on Nail School. All right, man, I'm cold. I need a sweater. Can you make one out of a nail for me?
So it's time of year. I'm gonna show you guys how to rock that sweater look. It is incredible what you can do with Mission Control. First of all, it cures tack-free. Second of all, it doesn't move when you lay it down. So it is the perfect gel for you to be able to rock this design. I'm gonna take you guys step by step so you guys get the same exact look. Check it out. All right, so we're gonna use a mixing tile, a mixing spatula. I'm gonna use Clutch, which is an awesome brown, white, which is super opaque. And then we're gonna use Flash and Burn to create the sugar effect on top of the sweater. These are the products I'm gonna be using in this demonstration. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go pretty much 50-50 to create a really nice nude color. I'm going to take Clutch and I'm going to get myself a nice healthy amount. I'm just gonna put that right up onto the tile just like this. Really nice chocolate brown. Then what we're gonna do is take Fizz. I'm gonna do the same thing. We'll try to get a nice healthy amount. Put those side by side, and then we're just gonna go ahead and mix those until they are one solid color. I'm gonna make sure that I use the outside of the spatula to kind of push it out. And you're going to see how it turns into this beautiful beige. Okay, Tracy's nails have been filed and finished, but what I want to be able to do is take a nice even amount of protein bond. One coat will do. Put that over the surface of the nail. We're going to do that on all 10 nails. We're going to start off by putting one even coat from cuticle to free edge. What I like to do is just kind of slightly pillow it around the cuticle area to get it as close to the sides as we possibly can. And then once we get it real tight, then I can start to brush everything through. Let's go ahead and get this inside the light for a minimum of 60 seconds. So what I like to do is get inspiration from the internet. You can see the cable knitting right here. We're going to use this as our inspo to basically lay out the pattern on the surface of the nail. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to load the tip of the brush, right, just so that it has kind of like a little bulb. And what this is going to allow me to do is kind of float in the knitting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get this in the center as much as I possibly can. And what I want to be able to do is just put down a really, really nice bulb. It doesn't have to be perfect. As you can see, just a little bit of a line right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. I want to make sure that I get enough. And I'm going to bring it down like this. And then get a little bit more on the tip of my brush. Start to bring it over. And then right when I get to the bottom of that first line, and then I want to be able to do the same thing, bring it down just like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just as long as it's even. You can go back and you could do your detailing later. So what I'm going to do is the same exact thing. I'm going to load up my brush, again with a nice bulb. I'm going to start right here, not touch it, and I'm just going to bring it down. Same exact thing, get a nice bulb, bring it across, and then drag it all the way down to kind of create that knitting effect. Do the same exact thing, load up the tip of my brush, start here, just be really light. I have enough product to bring it over. Trying to keep this design pattern centered as much as I possibly can, and use the tip of my brush to bring it down. So you're kind of just creating these, almost these really geometrical S's, as you can see on their sides. And do the same thing all the way down. Get a loaded brush. Don't touch it. Keep a little bit of space. And just bring it all the way across. And then down. There's all different types of patterns that you can do, but I find this one really easy to start with. And the last one, what I'm going to do is, again, keep it right here, cross over, and then bring it all the way down, and then I can finish off with just one more line. Okay, so you can see how it just kind of holds the shape right there. Okay, so what I want to do now is I'm going to fill in the center with a dot. Make sure that I have enough on the tip of my brush just to load it up so that we can create that dimension. Whatever you do, do not put it inside the light. You need it wet so that you're going to be able to sugar the surface. All the way down to the very, very bottom. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 2 vertical lines down the side. What I'm going to do is just kind of trace it out with the brush and then just go back and fill in the amount I need by just lightly working on the surface. This is going to create depth. Have it on one side. Let's go ahead and work the other. Again, I load up my brush. I'm not going to start from the thick area. I'm just going to kind of touch the surface so the gel kind of floats into place. And that's what we want to be able to create. The dimension is by kind of floating on the surface to create the thickness that we want. Okay, once we actually have that into place, what I can do is just touch the sides, a few dots. The best part about mission control is it's not going to run all over the place. I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side, just to create the effect that we want. Okay, so once we have that into place, we have the design set up. I'm going to use this awesome slickboard color called Flash and Burn. This is really going to highlight those lines. You could use any of the colors you want, but this one is really going to stand out for this design. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to get a nice healthy amount. And we're just going to pour it over the surface just like this. Tap this off. It's going to absorb really well into the wet gel, and we're going to get this back inside the light for 60 seconds. Okay, so the nice thing about this is because the bottom layer was tack free, as soon as we pour the glitter onto the lines and we dust it off, you're going to notice that it's only going to stick to the knitting, which is going to give it that really awesome sweater-like look. perfect time for the holiday season to create this effect. If you're really good at drawing any type of really cool interweaving, like cable-like patterns, your sweater nails are going to be super tight for the holiday season.